Hey guys, it's Robin and there's Penny, and I just watched the Doctor Who Christmas special and I'm just so excited and freaking out right now that I needed to talk. So guys, just a warning, I'm going to talk about the episode, so there'll be spoilers if you haven't seen it. Sorry River Song, but you know, the no spoilers thing is out the window today. Well, my window just made some weird noise. Um, yeah. So can you believe it's been exactly a whole year since we've had any new Doctor Who? That is just not right. That is just not right with the world, that you have to wait so long for Doctor Who. Penny, do you feel like we've had to wait too long for Doctor Who? Fortunately for me, I've been able to compensate for that by going to cons. I got to meet Matt and David earlier this year, which was amazing. And I saw Jenna Louise Coleman and Alex Kingston at Denver Comic Con. And yeah, that helped me over a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of been lame that there's been no Doctor Who. So supposedly, you know, Stephen Moffat's going to be leaving the show after this next season, season 10. And it's going to be a big build-up. And Chris, what's his name? I wrote it down here. Chibnall is going to be replacing him, and there's supposed to be some big event at the end of the season. I guess it's going to lead up. I don't know if Capaldi's leaving or not. I've heard different things. I hope not. He's really grown on me lately, and I want to see him stick around for a while. I'm just tired of doctors leaving all the time. I know that's how Doctor Who goes, but come on. But anyway, they've been taking all this time off to gear up for this big event or something like that, and Doctor Who is going to be back in April, and we got a preview of that at the end of the episode, and I'll talk more about that later on. But one of the best things about Christmas, for me at least these last few years, has been the Doctor Who Christmas special. Now, if you have friends who are Doctor Who, or if you have friends who don't know anything about Doctor Who, Christmas specials are a good place to start them off. I'm a firm believer of not watching Doctor Who in order. I think you should watch them randomly, because it makes it crazier and it fits it better. Christmas specials are a great start. Everybody always is like, don't blink, but that is a weird, scary episode. Penny, what are you doing? She's like, it's Christmas, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep, and you want to talk about Doctor Who, you big nerd. So beforehand, I had heard that Moffat is he was a big comics fan, and definitely is the inspiration for this show tonight, which is called The Return of Dr. Mysterio. And definitely super inspired by Superman. There were a lot of cool Superman references. There's a big building with a planet revolving around the top, just like the Daily Planet perhaps. And in the beginning there's a press conference, and the guy, he name drops two people, like he just mentions them, and it's Schuster and Siegel. I heard their names, and those are the creators of Superman. And there are lots and lots of Superman references. The character, the ghost, and what is her name? I cannot remember it. Lucy Fletcher. Thanks, IMDb. So there were a lot of scenes between the ghost and Lucy that were like straight out of Superman. Like, she asks him to eat dinner. They have this whole rooftop date, and there are scenes where he's flying around with her, and the secret identity with the glasses. Totally straight out of Superman. There's also a great Marvel reference when the Doctor is like, with great power comes great responsibility. I thought that was awesome. And I also thought it was funny that the whole theme with aliens and superheroes was just the theme of the recent CW crossovers. Nothing alike at all. This was way more lighthearted and a fun episode. The Christmas episodes usually kind of are a bit of fun. Right, Penny? And there's always like weird stars. So in this one we had the return of Matt Lucas, who was really funny. He was in Bridesmaids, and he's been in Little Britain, a bunch of stuff. He was hilarious in Bridesmaids. Not a movie for kids. But he played Rebel Wilson's weird brother, and they were hilarious in that. So it was cool to see him back. Nardole, he was like a cyborg or something in the Husbands of River Song, which was like an amazing episode last Christmas. I just thinking about that one. I haven't been able to rewatch it because it will just make me cry my eyes out. Love River Song so much. So they brought him back. I guess he got uncyborged, and he's hanging out with the Doctor, and he supposedly will be back for a couple more episodes. He's going to be like a tag along in between companion maybe, or an extra companion, which is kind of cool. The Doctor used to travel with like random people all the time. more often, I think, in the past. So maybe that will be happening again. Um, Penny is just doing, it's like Penny Cam back here. She's just doing weird stuff to entertain you guys. So Matt Lucas was just like this funny little sidekick. He was wearing a really weird outfit at one point. Maybe that was from River Song, that episode too. I can't remember. But he just looked really goofy. And him and the doctor had really funny interactions. I thought he was great. And then you had Justin Chatwin, who was on Shameless, also not a show for kids. The US version, he played Steve/Jimmy, and I thought he was really great with the double role of Ghost and then the other, Grant, the nanny dude. And I thought that was a nice twist. Like, Lucy Fletcher, she was the reporter. Well, Lois Lane was too. And then he was her nanny, or Manny. I thought that was a great little twist. And he was like running off and saving the world, leaving the baby at home, carrying around a monitor with him. I thought that was very, very strange but funny. But just really messed up. They're getting invaded and leaving the baby alone, even though he might be fast. That's still very crazy. I mean, look what happened in that episode with James Corbin with the baby. Come on. Crazy things can happen when there's aliens involved. And I liked that there was an origin story for the ghost, that he met the doctor, which also reminded me of Amy Pond's kind of origin story when she met the doctor. He met the doctor as a child, and he swallows some weird stone, and it gives him superpowers, and I thought it was really funny. And then he had a couple encounters with the doctor over the years, but then the doctor disappeared for 24 years. Because that was the time he was hanging out with River Song, and I was just like, oh, there were a couple of references to that episode. And how the doctor was handling all that. So there's some continuity. Because sometimes the Christmas episodes are like set in like totally disjointed and not tied into the main arcs at all. But there was definitely a little bit of furthering that story, which I thought was good. Especially because we haven't seen anything in so long. There were a couple references when Nardole was like, if you're that upset, why don't you just write a poem? Instead, he's like dive bombing New York City with a bomb. Literally dive bombing with a bomb. He's like, just write her a poem if you're that sad. And then Fletcher at one point was like, what's her name? Like, she could tell something was wrong. And she's like, what was her name? And he kind of walked out, but then Nardole chimes in and talks about River and how much he meant to the doctor. And, I thought that was very sweet. Like, he didn't want to talk about her. But, oh, it's so sad. And it was also cool that they were back in New York City. I think this is the doctor's third trip in the modern era to New York City. Tenet was in New York, but that was filmed in London on a soundstage. And then Matt Smith did get to film in New York when they were in Central Park. And I think was it the Ponds last episode, which I still just breaks my heart. The whole Statue of Liberty thing still creeps me out. And then this one, I don't really know where they filmed it. Probably didn't film it on location, but it was cool that they were back in New York City. I always appreciate that because it's like right in my backyard. And one of my favorite things about Doctor Who are always like these weird little quips, and like Peter Capaldi's character always shows up with like something weird. So, he showed up with a fork and sunglasses and a guitar, and today he showed up with sushi. It would have been funny if the chopsticks were Sonic chopsticks or something and they brought that back. But when they're eavesdropping on these weird brain stealing aliens, that was so creepy, by the way, but awesome, really cool. The brains had little eyeballs. Oh my gosh, so creepy. But he's like, the girl, Lucy's there like eavesdropping, and then you see the doctor eating sushi, and he's like, I brought snacks. I love those weird kind of lines. I wrote down some of my other favorites. The ghost had said, I thought we had a lot of doctors. And Capaldi goes, I'm the main one. And then Nardole goes, they're looking out from the TARDIS, this big alien bomb ship. They're like, he says, how do you know? Did you scan for life forms? And the doctor goes, no, the lights are on. I like that one. And then he also says, how come our side never gets plans like that when the evil people are plotting to take over the world? And he's like, I really like your plan. How come our side never gets plans like that? I thought that was really funny. There was another scene too where the doctor is like, he's like shaming the alien the guy who was the corporate dude who got his brain sucked out, I guess, he's like, he was actually left-handed, which to me is a Princess Bride line, and I appreciated that one. And then I also just liked how he kind of shamed the guy at the end. He's like, "Ooh, is it really?" Like, he like zapped at his gun with the sonic screwdriver, and he just like shamed him, and it was hilarious. I thought that was awesome Doctor Who action. And then I also liked at the end when Lucy goes, Doctor Who, and then Grant says, Dr. Mysterio. I like that. That's a new cool name for Doctor Who, Dr. Mysterio. I bet there's going to be some cool ghost cosplays coming up at cons. That would be a fun one to cosplay. They also make fun of his costume, which I thought was kind of funny. Like I said, just a lot of cool references to superheroes and stuff like that. So then at the end, there was like a little bit of a trailer of season 10, which I thought was awesome. We're going to be meeting a new companion really soon, Billy Potts. Oh, what is her name? I wrote down her name here. Pearl something. It retyped her. Oh, Pearl Mackey. My phone retyped her name to Pearl Jackie. Pearl Mackey. And she looks really fun. She looks, some of the lines I heard her say reminded me of Donna. And she just seemed to be having a lot of fun on the TARDIS. Like, hey, this is going to be a fun adventure. There were historical costumes, Daleks. Matt Lucas definitely was in the trailers. There were like crazy top hats. There were spacesuits. I think I saw somebody who looked like a Gallifreyan robe in there. I'm going to have to watch that a couple times and really check it out. And, see what's going on, because it's a long time from now until April. I don't know how long I can wait. But Pearl looked like she was having a good time. She's like, I fry chips. He's a lecturer. I guess the Doctor's posing as a lecturer. And we travel through space and time for fun. And I really liked her attitude. I think she's going to be a really cool companion. So I think season 10 is going to be going in a good direction. There was a line at the end of this Christmas special where the Doctor talks about how things end and it's sad, but then things start again and they're happy. So hopefully, because we've already seen him just be depressed all the time. You know, first it's Rose, and he was upset about Donna, and then he was really upset about the ponds, and then now there's River to mourn, but maybe he's going to just kind of, you know, close the door on that and just go out and have some more adventures. And, you know, between that episode where Capaldi was reliving life over and over again and like dying every day or something, and then Matt Smith's final episode where he just like lived for like 100 something years in that weird little village, which just totally depressed me. That episode still depresses me too. The Doctor's a lot older now, so I'm just curious about how things are going to go, what kind of adventures he's going to go on. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been way too long. I'm just so excited that there was finally a new episode. Comment down below, you guys. Let me know what you think about the Christmas episode and what you're looking forward to in the next season. What you think of the new companion, and what about Nardol's character. I can't wait. I hope you guys will like this video and subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Be sure to check out my Facebook page. I've been posting a lot of cool nerdy stuff there lately, and I hope you'll check it out. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!